Hello everyone, my name is Binks and welcome back to Let's Play The Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, where we will be continuing in the third case of the game, The Return of the Great Departed Soul, Trial Part 3. God, this case is long. It has been going on a long time. Oh, yes, I'm still on my hiatus. Yes, I'm still moving. Gosh, but it's almost over. It's almost over. The move is almost over. Today I finally called the movers who will be helping us move some big heavy furniture and getting my free quote. I'm hoping they will be the ones we hire though, because they will also be doing junk removal because there's some big objects that were like that my grandparents owned that I'm like, please, please take it away. But thankfully, like for the most part, technically, I'm only gonna be using half of the apartment for now because the other half, we have my grandmother's stuff at, just piled in there, and we're like, you know what, we're gonna take our time with the rest of the stuff. So like the living and dining room is where all of her stuff is gonna be. Just it's just storage right now. um but that's okay because it's like I don't plan on having guests and people coming to visit and see me. Like, I don't care, I'm not a social person like that. So I'm pretty much going to be living off of only half of the apartment right now anyway. I just need the bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen, you know? That's pretty much all I need. Oh, and of course my office. So as long as I have that half of the apartment all fixed up, that's all I really need. I don't even need the living room and the dining room. I don't need it. I don't care. It could have storage there forever and I wouldn't give a damn. Not that I really want the storage sitting there forever anyway, but we're gonna take our time emptying out all of my grandmother and grandfather's junk for probably for it's gonna take a long time to sort through because my mother wants to sort through it and decide what she wants to keep and decide what she wants to sell and what she wants to give away. So that's what's gonna take a long time, and that's what's been taking us a long time. Uh, all these years, it's just been sitting up there. Anyway, it's been a long process, and uh, honestly, what has helped has been that I've been out of work. If I had been working the past week or two, there's no way we would have been able to be getting all of this done in time. But this injury in my hand has actually helped us a lot. you know? I'm going to be job searching, and I'm going to look for a job that will not injure my hands like this anymore. Um, I've been job searching anyway, but like I really need to like figure out with my doctor, what can my hands handle? What can I do? Because this is ridiculous. Anyway, enough about catching up with my life with you guys, because that's all I do in the beginning of episodes. Let's get back to this. Um, this crazy trial. Last episode, I really, really, really think he must have like an accomplice to have accomplished this, because I really don't know how else he could have moved the body. And the whole birdcage thing, the top bottom damage, like it's like two bird cages, and there's just some discrepancies here and there. And then the autopsy report with Courtney, I'm sus on her. I'm very sus on her, you guys. Her daughter was super creepy and tried to kill Ryunosuke as well, so I'm like, alarm bells, alarm bells. Okay. It seems the defense's assertion was somewhat wide of the mark. Lord Von Zeeks, you will submit the contract as evidence, please. Oh yeah, the contract, shoot. Well, like I said, I I don't think he cared about the money. Okay, I think that this contract is just his way of hiding. It's like trying to protect him. Like, I don't have a motive. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. His name is ODS Man. ODS Man. Okay, he's a bad man, clearly. Yeah, right. Oh no. It's true. If Drebber had no opportunity to switch the birdcage under the stage with the one in the crystal tower, yeah, he couldn't have done it. And in any case, I have no idea what his motive might have been. That's the problem. We need to figure this stuff out, like, ASAP. There is one aspect of your argument that still holds true, however. There were 2 birdcages. The prosecution is unable to deny that. Ugh. So I'm sure you're on the right lines, Mr. Naruhodo. And I've no doubt there are other aspects of your assertion that are undeniable truths, too. Well, it would seem that the defense has no rejoinder to offer. Okay, you remind me so much, other than the robotic cyborg-esque personality. He reminds me of Korekyo with his laugh and the long hair and the evilness. He really reminds me of that mofo. Don't tell me you have an obsession with your sister as well. Well, I must say I'm a little surprised. I came here to testify about the machine I built, and instead my reputation is defiled. But the prosecution's counter has set the record straight, I think. It's impossible that I'm the culprit.
Objection!
Oh, where did your apprentice go? He was suddenly no longer there. At the beginning of this trial, we believed that there was only one birdcage. Yet now we know there must have been 2. In other words, there was more to the demonstration than we realized at first. I think it's abundantly clear that the same applies to the culprit. Get to the point. Oh, there he is. I see a little brown behind your shoulder. Peeking. Peekaboo. Peekaboo, I see you. Hello, Kazuma. You're so hidden back there. The stage demonstration was constructed and set up in its entirety by you, Mr. Drebber. Therefore, it's inconceivable that you had no hand in the events that transpired. So if circumstances mean it's impossible that you could have carried out the crime yourself, it points to the fact that someone else was involved. Someone else, Counsel, are you suggesting? Yes, my lord. Mr. Drebber had an accomplice.
Objection!
An accomplice now. Well then, I presume you're prepared for what's to come.
Oh yeah, I already know who it is.
Now that you're accusing not only this witness, but someone else of the most serious of crimes. If these accusations turn out to be false, then make no mistake. The prosecution will demand an equally serious punishment for your slander.
Well, Counsel, do you intend to pursue this course and formally accuse another party of involvement in this matter? Man, this is always so high stakes, man, compared to real life. It's like, you always gotta figure out who done it right there and then, you know? Like, damn, son. Like, yeah, you gotta know who the accomplice is, and you can't be wrong. Like, damn. Gotta love it. What do I do here? At the moment, this is little more than a hunch on my part. Whew. Thank goodness our hunches are usually correct. I don't know for sure if Drebber had an accomplice, or even if he really is the culprit here. I mean, he's acting shady as hell. Shady. Wouldn't it be crazy if, as shady as he's acting, if he was totally innocent and we're like, oh snap, we screwed up. One way or another, though, I have to make my position clear, as a lawyer. So what's my stance going to be? Did Drebber have an accomplice or not? Yeah, let's totally back down and let's just give up. Oh, if Smooth was... Yeah, Smooth is so contrarian. He's always like, yeah, let's just back down. Let's just say no. Name the accomplice. The defense is ready to name Mr. Drebber's accomplice. Somehow, the two bird cages must have been switched. Everything points to that. Yet according to the coroner's report, that's not a possibility. Ouch. But that inconsistency itself is a clue. Counsel, why do you always hurt yourself? It's not healthy. No, it really isn't. Huh? My lord? You have received a stock warning already, if you are nevertheless determined. Then I must now ask you to identify this alleged accomplice by name. So, your answer, please. Who do you claim to have been Mr. Drebber's accomplice? Look at all these faces. Odious men. Odious man. You were 47 years old, huh? I haven't looked at ages in a while. 53. Let's see. Masked man. So gorgeous man. Van Zeeks, you're 33. You and Hairbrain. You're such a cute couple. I ship it. Gina is 18. I can't believe that Gina's older than Susato. Like, that astounds me for some reason. Gregson is 45. Wait! Esmeralda to Spells is 26 years old? She's that young? Why did she seem so much older, like in her 30s? Wow. Balthazar Lune is 42. 11. Courtney Side is 39. Enoch Drip is 35. Okay. Alright, Courtney! Alright, let's go, girl. We know you did it. We know you bad. It's a shame because you're hot. Oh, bad lady, bad. Alright, let's go.
Take that!
The name of the person in question is...
What's wrong, my Nipponese friend? Surely fear doesn't bind your tongue now. It's a little late for that.
Of course I'm afraid. After all, naming her in this capacity is definitely going to make waves. A lot of waves.
Those big eyes.
It's so nervous. I could very well turn every single person in this courtroom against me. I'm sure it will be all right, Mr. Naruhodo. I will defend you. Thank you, Mrs. Hato. The enemy always appears larger than life, but you'll appear exactly the same to the enemy. All right then, here goes.
You've kept us waiting long enough. Your answer, counsel. Now.
The person who colluded with Mr. Drebber in order to carry out this wicked crime is Scotland Yard's coroner, Dr. Courtney Scythe.
What in the blazes are you talking about, Dr. Scythe? The head of the forensic investigation team. and the coroner who conducted the autopsy on the victim.
We know there were 2 bird cages, so who could have carried out the switch to complete the illusion? The accident happened in front of a huge crowd of spectators, and the area was immediately sealed off. Then everyone, police officers included, were banished to make way for the forensic investigation team. When else could the switch have occurred? It can only have been in that team's presence. Oh, you know I'm telling the truth. Look at that serious face. It's essential that the court determines exactly what happened following the incident. The defense demands that Dr. Scythe be summoned to the witness stand at once to testify. Oh, snap.
You've got nerve, lad. Standing up there, dragging the yard's name through the mud.
I didn't mean to.
I know the woman very well. There's no better dead room worker out there. How dare you call her a criminal? My learned friend's imagination appears to be wilder than the East End at night. But the recklessness of your accusation aside, there's another grave problem with your argument. One which the prosecution demands you address at once.
A grave problem. Oh my word.
Who do you claim acted as the victim's doppelganger?
Oh, here we go. Waxwork time.
What? Certainly. If the birdcage containing the body of the victim was exchanged for another, that cage must also have contained a body. And yet, no missing persons or accidental deaths of anyone even remotely resembling the victim have been reported. Which means there was no one, dead or alive, who could have fulfilled the role of a body double for Mr. Asman.
That's true. If my argument is that there were 2 bird cages, then there must also have been 1 person inside each. But I don't know if I've got an answer to this yet, have I? Oh, come on. We've known this for ages. Sorry. What can I do to reveal how this body's double stunt was achieved? Present evidence! Very well. The defense will address my learned friend's concerns. We called him our learned friend. Nice. By presenting evidence that reveals the true nature of Mr. Asman's body double.
Good gracious, evidence. I do hope this isn't filibustering, counsel. The court is expecting a name. If you think you have relevant evidence, present it now.
Hell yeah, son.
The body double and the birdcage were hiding inside the balloon that was floating above the stage, which means that any witnesses would only have seen them from 60 feet away.
Yeah.
So who was it that appeared out of the explosion some 18 meters above the spectators?
They just needed to see a body.
Aha! The body double inside the second birdcage was...
the waxwork! The waxwork!
Take that!
We know that the victim, Mr. Asman, was in the birdcage that was situated inside the kinesis machine on stage. And therefore he couldn't have been inside the second birdcage. Instead, that contained something else. What's been described as a body double, which is what fell from the sky and crashed into the crystal tower. Yes, counsel, according to your somewhat elaborate version of events. And that body double inside the second birdcage was in fact...
It's all right, Mr. Nedahodo. You're ready for this. Just steel yourself and come out with it.
Thank you, Mr. Sato. I needed that. As I was saying, The body double inside the second birdcage was, as unbelievable as it may seem, that thing there.
Wait, since when has that been there? When did they put that there? Holy crap. So that's the whole thing, huh? Ooh, that looks creepy as frick. Ooh, that's him rising from his grave. Damn. I didn't know they had it right there.
Objection!
It does seem kind of crazy, but... I mean, all you needed was a body. Open your eyes and look into mine, my Nipponese friend. That's, Now tell me, what are you playing at? That looks weird.
Stand firm now, Ryunosuke. This is the time to show your Japanese spirit. As the court will observe, this is a waxwork model.
Oh no, the play is back. No, Ryunosuke. No, your conviction. Where did it go?
A model, in fact, of an infamous London murderer from 10 years ago. The Professor.
Objection!
You started by indicting the leader of the forensic investigation team as an accomplice in this crime. Oh, this is getting very derailed. This is not going well, is it? They're like, you're sounding like a conspiracy theorist, like that meme from something sunny. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Like that's what we look like right now, like a crazy person. Oh no, even though we're totally right. Oh. And now you've moved on to indicting waxworks.
Yes, that's about the size of it.
But why? And why this waxwork? Looks nothing like the victim. In fact, it could hardly resemble him less. What possible justification can you give? There. No play. No play.
If you want to know why, ask Mr. Drebber.
He did it because, you know, it has a personal meaning to him. It ruined his life, didn't it? Yeah. What?
Just days before Professor Harebrain performed his public demonstration, Mr. Drebber abducted this model from Madame Tuspel's. Did you say abducted? And 2 days after the incident at the Great Exhibition, he returned it to the museum.
Then the timing.
Is this true, Mr. Drebber? At first, I couldn't see why Mr. Drebber would have stolen the waxwork and then given it back again. But now the reason is clear. He took it so that he could put it inside the second birdcage as a body double for Mr. Asman.
Ah. Come on, you guys.
Objection!
Are you hearing this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Are you hearing the defense's astonishing proposal? Uh-oh. Oh, I see what we're gonna have to... Summation examination time, isn't it? We haven't had to do that yet, have we? I don't think so. Not in this trial. That the witness fabricated this vast machine with the intention of deceiving some wretched scientist. That he did so in collusion with the country's finest coroner on a public stage in front of a vast audience. Or did we and I forgot? I don't remember. This case has been going on so long that I've forgotten everything. And that to effect the deception, he used a waxwork model that in no way resembles the victim. Are we really to believe this far-fetched tale? What do you decide? Ah, you slick.
Objection!
No, the play! Stop, Ryunosuke! No!
Wait. Yes, if you put it like that, of course it sounds implausible.
My lord! I need to speak, if you please.
Go ahead, Mr. Foreman.
Myself and my colleagues have reached an agreement.
Now,
Very good, in that case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your leadings for the court to hear now.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
Guilty!
Kill me!
That magician sounded Italian. But I ain't giving him an Italian accent. I already did it for Balloon Man.
so, as indicated by the foreman, the jury has reached a consensus. I knew that was going to happen.
We shall get through this. Oh, God. Wow. We shall get through this, Mr. Naruhodo, as we always do. And uncover some new truths along the way. I'm quite sure. We always do. Summations always actually end up helping us out, so...
Yes, I agree. I'm going to have to appeal to the jurors as usual, and see if I can persuade them to change their minds. The defense will now embark on a summation examination. And I'm not even going to ask, because I know that that's what they're going to do. Are you and your fellows ready to proceed, Mr. Foreman?
We are, my lord.
Very well. In that case, I ask you now to state clearly for all present to hear the grounds on which each of you has decided that the defendant is guilty of the crime of which he is charged.
I will say that this panel of this jury, they're pretty good compared to some of the crazy ones we've had before. They're like paying attention. They're pretty focused. They're not total nutsos. They're pretty good. I think the weirdest one is the little girl, obviously. They shouldn't have a child. They should not have a child as a juror. And she's always eating her damn corn. The only one who was always also dozing off was the old man at the end, but he's pretty focused now, and he's pretty angry too. And they have experts, right? They have like the scientist guy and the magician who are pretty much experts on what's going on. The jurors' contentions. So yeah, he's pretty angry.
I've known that woman for years. She'd never been accomplice to anything. It's utter nonsense to think that those two would ever be conniving with one another.
Oh dear, this is most troubling. But surely the waxwork the man stole is nothing to do with the coroner, is it? Oh wait, no, she's Southern Belle. I'm sorry, I forgot. Oh dear, this is most troubling. But surely the waxwork the man stole is nothing to do with the coroner, is it? There we go. Southern Belle, I forgot. That's what I wanted to do for her. I have had my own problems with members of the police. I do not trust them much.
I've seen no rigorous proof that this waxwork was ever inside the birdcage. It's conjecture.
Accusing someone without right evidences? It's not a proper job, is it? I won't have it.
I never know what voice to give this little girl. She's so weird. Like I think I tried to do Southern for her too. I don't know what voice to give you, little girl. Like, I keep changing it every time. Like, it kind of went Southern, and then it was, like, really high-pitched.
Accusing someone... Oh, there we go. Accusing someone without right evidences is not a proper job, is it?
There we go. I'm happy with this voice. That's what I'm gonna do.
Is it? I won't have it.
There. Now I'm happy with it. I've not found a voice for her until right now. The struggle for the voice for this little girl.
Somewhat unsurprisingly, it seems the introduction of this waxwork model to the proceedings has polarized opinion. Given that its face is obscured and its build in no way resembles that of the victim, I can only applaud my learned friend's temerity at suggesting it as Mr. Asmund's body double.
Yes, the applause is deafening, and yes, I know it seems extraordinary. That's the point. That's why I have a strong feeling it's actually a greater clue than anyone yet realizes.
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
I can't explain why at the moment, but I feel as though there's a specific reason why it was used, why it had to be this model.
Really? A reason why nothing else would do, you mean?
Yes, and I'm convinced it's something far more significant than whether or not the model looked like the victim.
Well, if that's the case, we must prevent the trial from ending prematurely at all costs.
Yes, agreed. I have to find a way out of this.
If you are ready, Counsel, you may proceed with the summation examination.
Yes, my lord.
The defense's rebuttal. Alright, he's known her for years. She'd never been accomplice to anything. Utter nonsense. The two had ever be conniving with one another. Most troubling, waxwork, nothing to do with the coroner. We're definitely gonna have to use this. Okay, you've had problems with members of the police. You don't trust them. That's interesting. Let's press that actually.
Hold it!
What sort of problems?
Let's just say we have run into each other on numerous occasions while I've been performing on the street.
Right, I see.
Obviously, artists such as myself cannot appear on stage as we work in close proximity to our audiences. So we perform our great magic in parks, on street corners, and the like. But the police use any excuse to make our lives difficult.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Excuse me!
Do you have something to say in response to that, Mr. Ottermole?
Is that his name? I forgot.
Who are you calling a mass murderer?
Oh, who are you calling a mass murderer?
Oh, we thought that was his name because of that mix-up.
Sorry, my mistake. I got confused because I heard you look like him.
I don't look anything like the man. You want to be locked up, sonny?
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Perhaps we could move on? I was really wondering if you had something you wanted to add in response to what juror number 3 just said.
And clearly you do, and you should not be moving your gun around like that, sir. That is so dangerous and reckless. You have a child right next to you. Cease and desist. He should be stripped of his badge. Like, sir. Just bam. Shoots the little girl right next to him and gets arrested for murder. Oh my god. Reckless endangerment. Oh my god. Come on, man. That looks like it looks like something Nico B would have edited into one of his videos as a joke. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Sir, come on, man. Even if it's empty, that's just stupid. Like, bam, smack you in the face. So casual about it.
Back in my day, back in the good old days, it wasn't like this.
Oh no, are you gonna be like a Wendy Oldbag? Just blabbermouth about nothing? Nothing pertinent at all?
What was it like, sir?
We worked our fingers to the bone to earn the public's trust, we did. And by Jove, we earned it. People respected us back then. Respected you? Huh. No one would have called the coroner into question in them days. A coroner's report was the hallmark of an investigation done right. Especially when Dr. Courtney Stevens put her name to it.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, I thought so. I knew that was her maiden name.
She was the best of the best.
Hold it!
And the apple of the eye.
Okay, sorry about that. Got a phone call. We're on the movers. We have 2 options for movers, so now I'm gonna have to make a decision later. Alright, anyway. Oh. Now I don't know what was going on. I was talking to somebody.
Hold on a minute. What are you talking about? Who's Courtney Stevens?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, got a bit carried away there. Stevens is Dr. Side's maiden name.
Her maiden name. So that was before she was married.
Oh, of course, you silly me. Side now, isn't it?
Stevens. I'm sure I've seen that name somewhere recently.
Yep.
Anyway, the point is, those were the great days of policing, not like now.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Do you think you could change your statement to include that name?
Yes, I don't see why not.
Alright.
She was Courtney Stevens back when I knew her, of course, a legendary coroner even then.
Yeah, alright. So we can pit that. I think against 2. Yeah.
I know it seems a little far-fetched to think that the waxwork model of the professor was in that birdcage, but on the other hand, it explains a lot.
If there really is a reason why that particular waxwork had to be used as Mr. Asmund's double, we must do everything we can to make the jurors understand it.
The truth is, I'm sure that's the key to this, but it's the most puzzling part of it too.
In that case, you should see what additional information you can glean whilst trying to change the jurors' minds. If you can read a book whilst eating a rice cracker, Mr. Dodohodo, I'm sure you can do this.
Right. Yes.
Now I have no idea how long this episode's gonna be because I had to stop the recording. Oh, okay. Anyway. So we're going to do some pitting. I think. We're going to pit that versus the waxwork men stole. Nothing to do with the coroner, I think. Oh.
Objection!
Yeah.
Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious, to whose statements do you refer, counsel?
So, juror number 2.
Oh gosh, me? What can I do for you?
I presume that you heard what juror number 6 said in his statement. It's brought to light the maiden name of the coroner, Dr. Scythe, which in turn has revealed a connection that wasn't apparent before.
Well, naturally, as a woman of society, I find such connections and relationships irresistible. But oh golly, I'm afraid I'll fail to say what you mean.
Say, she even talks Southern.
Dr. Scythe's maiden name is Stevens, and through that name, the coroner is very definitely linked to the waxwork of the killer. The defense has evidence to prove it.
My goodness. Evidence, you say? Oh, how utterly enthralling.
Counsel, the court cannot overlook that last remark. I very much hope there is substance to your claim. Of course, my lord. I would ask the court to look at this. The evidence that clearly links Dr. Scythe to the mass murderer known as the Professor.
Where is it? Killer's autopsy report. Yeah, Courtney Stevens. Let's present.
Take that!
I have here a certain autopsy report from 10 years ago. A 10-year-old autopsy report? What relevance does that have?
I love that smirk.
It is, of course, from the autopsy of the person portrayed in the waxwork, the killer known as the Professor.
Mm-hmm.
The Professor's? But the man was a capital offender, so... That's right. This is the certification of death that was drawn up after the convict's execution. The identity of the killer was never made public, so the report gives few details. What's important is the name of the coroner who wrote it. Courtney Stevens.
Oh my, Courtney Stevens.
Strike a light! It appears that the professor's autopsy was conducted by Dr. Scythe 10 years ago. And a few days ago, Mr. Drebber very deliberately stole the waxwork of the professor from Madame Tespel's. A waxwork that doesn't in fact resemble the victim, Mr. Asman, at all.
And do you suppose there's some unsavory relationship between those events?
Yes.
Absolutely, I'm sure of it. There's no doubt in my mind that the professor case is at the heart of a link that we have yet to uncover. Between Dr. Courtney Scythe and Mr. Enoch Drebber.
Hidden links, mysterious connections, sacred relationships. This is all most extraordinary. We're surely obliged now to explore this further.
Thank you, ma'am. I have to admit, voicing her is fun. I don't know. Voicing that kind of character is like literally my favorite.
Oh, Southern Belle. Oh my.
I don't know. I guess that's like my niche. Like,
Sultry voice like, oh my.
like, and then like villainous ladies. Those are fun too. I think having a lower voice, a lower range, has become something. When my voice first deepened, I was actually really sad about it. I was just talking to my mom the other day because in freshman year, I was in girls' chorus and I was a soprano. And then in senior year, I joined mixed chorus and my voice had changed somehow. Deeper, it got deeper. And I dropped from soprano to alto. And I was devastated. I was like, no, how did this happen? And ever since then, like when I started doing like voice acting for fun and auditioning, I was sad because I couldn't get a lot of female roles that I wanted because my voice just could not pull off young girl characters, peppy, high energy female roles. Um, it's just harder for me. Like doing a Maya is much harder than doing a Mia, you know? And it's something that even to this day I'm still a little sad about it.
You know, because there's some female roles that I'm like, oh, they're so cute. Oh, I love those characters, but I know I can't do them justice. But you have to roll with what you got. You know, you got to use the voice that God gave you. So I had my time with my high pitched voice when I was younger, and I enjoyed it, and it was fun. But now I'm like learning to appreciate the voice that I do have. And I'm like, you know what? My voice being lower and being able to do the older, mature, the sultry voice at times is really fun. I really do enjoy it, especially when I can do evil. Being able to do evil is really fun. You know, I'm sure that those girls, those women who can't do the deep evil sultry, I'm sure that they are sad about that. I'm sure they wish they could, you know? You know how they say grass is always greener on the other side. So, it is what it is.
Quite right. We can let this trial come to an end now. Not while there's this cloud of suspicion hanging over this yard's best corner. It wasn't like this in my day, but we're still here to uphold justice in the end.
All right, just need 2 more.
It's the professor. That's what links this frightful swindler in the corner.
All right. You don't trust the police. Oh. Hmm. Okay, okay. It has to do. I feel like.
If a yard coroner's under suspicion, then we're not done here yet, are we? Clearly.
Um. I feel like the middle people. I don't think we can do this guy. I thought we could do 3, but I don't see, other than what we pressed out of him. I definitely feel 4 and 5 somehow. Rigorous proof. 4 and 5. How are we gonna prove? I don't know. Maybe
Hold it!
4 and 5. Because maybe we have to go back to 3 as well. I really don't know what. I don't think 1.
But you claimed the whole instantaneous kinesis demonstration was a trick.
That I did, but there's more than one way to pull a rabbit out of a hat, isn't there?
Sorry?
I grant you, given that this cage appeared from amidst an explosion, there have been no need to use a real person. But if a waxwork had been used, the culprit could at least have had the decency to make it look like the victim.
Yeah, I thought that too.
I'm not sure exactly how much criminals are governed by decency.
The point is, if you're going to make a claim about that waxwork being inside the birdcage, you need to give us some evidence. Without that, it's just not science.
I suppose we should expect nothing less than a logical argument from a fellow of the Royal Society. But that perhaps means his mind could be changed if we manage to present suitable evidence.
Evidence that the Professor Waxwork was inside that birdcage. Can I produce that or not?
Oh, do I? Shoot. Wait. I don't remember. What have I got? Do I have evidence that
the waxwork was inside the birdcage. Oh! Wait. In the folds of the clothing of the waxwork. There we go! I forgot. Yes. There we go.
Actually, I have something I'd like you to see, sir.
Oh. I must warn you that I firmly believe it's only wise to trust men in white coats. So given your jet black outfit, I don't mind admitting to a sense of trepidation here.
Oh, please. You're wearing black right now.
So you don't trust anyone in black. Looking in the mirror must be very trying.
Right?
I do have some evidence that proves the waxwork was inside that birdcage, namely...
Yeah. So glad I was just looking through evidence right now.
Take that!
What's that? A piece of glass? Though it's unusually thick for glass.
Yes, it's a piece of broken glass that we found inside the jacket on the waxwork. As you say, it's not ordinary glass, though. It's very thick and clearly made for extra strength. Much like the special glass that was developed for the construction of the Crystal Tower.
The Crystal Tower! Oh, holy smoke!
Exactly. The centerpiece of the great exhibition where the very incident we're talking about took place.
Is that what he said? Yeah, holy smoke. I thought so. Went by so quickly.
On the day in question, the birdcage fell from above and smashed through a window of that special glass.
From whence the small piece originated. Is that it?
Precisely. So, what do you say? Now that clear evidence in support of the assertion has been placed before you.
Well, as I said, I only trust men in white coats as a rule. However, when the reasoning is sound, it's fair to say color shouldn't come into it. In light of what you've shown me here, yes, I feel obliged to change my position on the matter.
In that case, juror number 4, you will amend your statement now, please.
The presence of that piece of glass leaves me in little doubt the waxwork was indeed inside that birdcage.
Oh, so you didn't change your leaning, though. Great. What the frick? So, you changed your statement, but not your leaning? Why? Oh, unless they did that so I could pit you against someone? Like, oh, like her, right? So we can pit, because she said without evidence. Well, we have evidence now, so let's do some pitting. Right?
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Gracious. If you could put down your corn for a moment, juror number 5.
Endless amount of corn.
Oh, you mean me?
Yes.
You've pointed out that it's wrong to make an accusation without evidence. But the accusation that the waxwork model was inside the second birdcage on the day in question is not without supporting evidence, as the defense demonstrated to the juror sitting beside you.
Oh, is that right?
Would it be fair to say you didn't follow the argument?
I don't understand much besides Colonel Cole, to be honest.
Why is she here? Why? You're a child. Why is she here?
Of course you don't.
If I could interject here.
Please do, sir.
Now that this assertion of yours about the waxwork has been backed up by some solid evidence, It would be wrong of me as a man of science not to pursue the matter further.
Well, me too then.
Sorry?
If this brainy gentleman says he's right, and he must be. See, I wouldn't dream of going against Colonel Cobb or anyone who's got stuff in between your ears.
She don't understand nothing. Why is she here? Why?
Success. If you can call it that.
Okay, whatever. I'll take it.
Thank you, Counsel. That will do.
The only juror who should not be up there is that little girl.
As a result of the summation examination, the jury's overall leaning has changed. 2 jurors now call guilty, against 4 who call not guilty. Accordingly, the court has failed to reach a consensus at this time, and the trial must continue. We did it!
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. Another wonderful victory.
Alright, now we can end the episode. I'm sure it's long enough. Oh boy.
Waxwork of the despicable professor, used as a body double for the victim in this quite extraordinary case. I must say, it's extremely hard to believe the assertion could possibly be true. However, it would appear that it does at least warrant further investigation.
Oh, are we to be continued? Are we stopping?
It's the waxwork of the professor that links Mr. Drebber and Dr. Scythe. And I'm convinced that there's a special significance to that link.
I don't know what you want me to prove, lad. I really don't.
The truth, sir, by using evidence and testimony.
Huh.
If the court is to delve deeper into the alleged involvement of the waxwork in this case, then the prosecution calls for the owner of the model to be summoned as a witness.
The owner?
Oh.
Madame Tuspels.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I really thought that Lord Von Zieks would object to this whole line of inquiry. Very well, I concur. Make arrangements for Madame Tuspels to appear as a witness with immediate effect.
Listen carefully, my learned friend.
Oh, yes?
You should know that you're on the brink of opening Pandora's box.
Oh, I know we are, with this whole professor thing.
The court shall now adjourn for 45 minutes. During that time, the prosecution will summon the new witness and prepare her for taking the stand.
Madame Tuspels, yes, I shall see to it at once, my lord.
But not Dr. Scythe? Alright. To be continued. Perfect. Perfect. I think we're pretty long, so. Oh, let's go. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye.